Hello, clip art enthusiasts and publisher enthusiasts. If you watched the meetup with Raquel recently, you saw at the end of that video Zivy featuring the new overlays for Canva. Well, I've figured out how to use them for publisher also. So I created this whole thing here and I wanted to deconstruct it for you so you could see how easy it is. All right, so the piece that we get from the from Zivy is this overlay right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way for now. And we're going to take a look at what's going on here. So I'm going to get rid of this and this. Just going to get rid of everything. So what I did is I went up into online pictures to insert a picture of a home. So I think I typed in front yard and I picked one. Okay, so there it is. And kind of made it bigger. Then I brought my overlay into it and decided about where I wanted it. Make sure this is bigger. And I'm going to send the picture to the background. Okay, so we've got something like that. So now to crop it, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a crop to shape. And I'm going to pick the square that has some rounded corners on it. Okay, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bring it in. And you're going to notice it's off a little bit, which is okay because we can fix that. And we can fix that right here with this little yellow dot. We can move it until it's the shape you need it to be. And when you move one of them, it changes all of them. So now I can come in here and I can go ahead and crop to shape to match the shape of the frame. Okay, and I can grab the picture and I can slide it around so it's, where I want it to be. So, that's entirely up to you. And then when I click outside of it, now I've got just the yard within the frame. The next thing I'm going to fix now is the background here. So to do that, I'm going to click on a square shape and I'm going to overlay it like that. And I'm going to send it to the background. I'm going to bring it up one more. I went too far back. There we go. And I'm going to change the color. Maybe I'm going to change it to this color right here, and I'll show you how I got to that color. So that matches. I can change it to, any color I want. I'm going to move this to the background so I can grab the box again. And I can change it to any color I want. So I can move the box forward again now too. Whoops. Oh, I'm making a mess of this. That goes in the back. This goes in the back. There we go. So you can see you can change it to whatever color you want. I'm just going to pull this down so I can change my color again to the color of this. So how did I get that color? Because it's not within my color scheme. So I needed to match the color to the existing color palette of the overlay. So how I found that color was when I drew a box. Right? I went in and I did sample fill color and I picked the color and there it is. So that's how I did that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some clip art to this. So you can either go to Insert Page Parts. Remember, I have my shortcut here in my Quick Access toolbar. And I already pulled up my 2016. So I'm going to pull this off here so I can work with it a little bit better. And it's not color scheme, so I'm going to go ahead and color scheme it really quick. I ungrouped it and I'm going to select this set right here and I'm going to pick a color and I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do purple and purple or white and gold. So if I wanted to add a purple, obviously I can just go to purple. I can, If I wanted to go with a black. When I do black, I do like to go a little, just like a dark shade of gray instead of black, because black is really intense. In fact, that might even be a little too intense. So let's pick one a little bit lighter. Okay, and then I also need to get rid of the 16. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 2 and the 0, because when I did these originally, I used the transparent background tool. So it ended up having some color bleed from the back. The invisible color picked up some of the white that was in the reflection in the number. So we're going to get rid of that. And instead, I'm going to go to Insert Pictures. Oh, now it's going to go out to my... Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go to my clip art stuff here because I got everything. And this is also available in Etsy. Where's my numbers and letters? Why am I there? Letters and numbers. Okay, and I use the gold star because it's easier. Because the images are cleaner. When I was able to download them from the North Star website, it came with no background on it. So that's why I prefer to use theirs, just simply for the aesthetics. Your customer is not going to notice that you've got a different font in their yard. Okay, so I'm going to pick the 0 and the 2. So again, if you're looking for nice clean visuals, I found that these guys worked really, really well. See, nice and clear. Clean and clear in the background. So again, that's available on Etsy. I think they're $5. Now I'm going to put these on top of my columns, just like that. I'm going to group them, and I'm going to do a Control-C for copy and a Control-V for paste. And I'm going to slide them over just like that. And then I can select all my numbers, and I can, oops, I missed one. And I can send them backwards until they are all sitting, oh, it's still not sitting back there. There we go. So they're all sitting as if though they were on top of the column. So I'm going to move them up just a little bit more so they're nice and snug. Now I'm going to group that, and I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to click on Lock Aspect Ratio. So when I resize it, it doesn't distort, right? It doesn't distort, which is a good thing. So now I'm going to put this in the yard here. So if this were in the foreground, it would be bigger. If it were in the background, it might look a little bit smaller. If you wanted to stick it, you know, like way back here somewhere, you would want to make it smaller because it's in the distance. But we're going to put this up here a little bit closer to the front. And then if you wanted to add embellishments, you can do that too. I do have clip art sets for different embellishments. I think they're under I think foil sets, foil shapes. Yeah, I've got various crescents and curves and, you know, all these different things if you wanted to add some curves in there. I've got my curves PNG file, and let's go ahead and grab one of these. And so again, paying attention to your scaling. I don't know how big you wanted to do these accents, but you can go ahead and start building up some pretty involved copy and paste. You know, you can do some involved accenting if that's what you want to do. So I wanted to show you how that worked. I'm going to select both of those, and I'm going to send them back one time. Okay, so now they're behind the 2. So that's, you know, one way to kind of jazz it up a little bit. So again, those foil sets are also available on Etsy. Everything in the store right now. Today is April 26th, 2020. They're on sale right now for 30% off. So let's see. Let's go ahead and add, let's add one of these in there too. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the purple because my color scheme is black, gold, and white. Let's say this was for a graduation. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of these little purple tips. And I'm going to go in and let's just go ahead and keep them all white. So I'm just going to change them to white. Okay, and so now I need to decide how big do I want to make that. So if this is sitting a little bit in the background, perhaps, maybe I want to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, maybe I want to do a background. We'll copy and paste that and do 2 of them. Maybe for a little bit of visual interest, I'm going to flip this one around, so I can do that here. So now it looks like it's the way they're positioned, they're framing it a little bit better. And I want my 2020 in the foreground, so I'm going to pull that up again. Okay, and now I've got this guy hiding behind my frame, so I'm going to click on my frame and I'm going to pull that forward. So now it's sitting behind my frame. Okay, so there's some options. And now let's say I wanted to put a price in here. Okay, so I'm going to create a text box. You can do it there. I've got it in my quick access toolbar. I'm going to draw a text box and I'm going to put in, for this set, I'm going to call that $300. So I'm going to say starting at $300. I'm going to highlight that and now I can bold it, I can slant it, I can change the font if I want to. I can make it a little bit bigger. Let's go a little bit bigger like that. I'm going to draw my box a little bit bigger so it's not overflowing. Okay, maybe I want it even a little bit bigger too. Okay, and maybe I want to make it a different color for emphasis. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, right? I'm going to leave it black because I think black looks a little more elegant in this case. And I think I need to go a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to also, whoops, picked the wrong thing there. Okay, I just moved the whole frame down a little bit, so that's okay too. But yeah, you can go in and you can move the frame around. All right, so I'm starting to like that a little bit more. Let's say I wanted to, I don't like fun on there. I want to change it to something else. So I can go in and I can draw a text box right over it. And I can write my own thing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fill for the matched color. And I'm going to select a centered. And what am I going to spell out? I wonder if there's a font that works like that, where it's all the letters are capital. I don't know. I didn't check to see. Let's see. I'm not seeing one right off the top. But you can select, whatever font you want. So let's go with this guy here. And I'm going to say select your colors. And I'm going to make that bigger. Oh, maybe not that big. I'm going to bold it and italicize it. And if I make my text box a little bit bigger, maybe I can go a little bit bigger on my font. There we go. So I'm going to pull that down a little bit more. Okay, so now I've completely changed it. So if I wanted to keep that same font everywhere, I can go in and I can just draw a text box over all of these, and I can make whatever message I want. For example, I can say, what was this font here? This was Gautami 14. So I'm going to go Gautami again, if that's how you pronounce it. And I'm going to go with a 14-point font again, bold and italicized. And I could say serving, I think my zip code is 98273. If you wanted to keep it really small, you could do a zip code there. You could put whatever you want. If you like get compliments, but you want to change the font, I've shown you how to do that. So those are easy changes that you can make. And you can go ahead, and if you're careful about grouping it, let's see. I'm going to group everything except the photo frame. So you'll notice I'm above the yard decor sign because I want to capture the box behind it. And I'm coming in just below the 2020 here at the bottom because I don't want to catch the frame itself. Is that right? I don't know. Let's try it. And if I group the whole thing, I can come in here and let's see. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to change this picture. So we're going to change the picture, front yard. And let's pick a different front yard. Let's see how this works. I'm going to move this back. Let's see. And if I pull this forward, okay, I think I need to go back one more. There we go. So you just got to pay attention to your layers. Now, obviously, I'm going to ungroup this. So obviously, I've changed the house, but you can see if you had another house that was similarly oriented as the first one, that could work. So I'm just going to group everything, and I'm going to hit my Shift key, and I'm going to shrink it down and drag it into place. So that could be in that yard too, just that quick. Oh, we got to send that one back. There we go. So now you have a second one, and that took, what, 60 seconds? And then if you wanted to post that onto social media, of course, you can grab the whole thing, you can group it, you can right click, and then you can do a save as picture and save that to wherever you want it to go. So I am so excited that Zivy came up with these overlays. I think they are super powerful. We are working on some more, and as they come out, these are going to be free for Balloon Artist College members. The membership is $50 a month, and with that $50, not only do you get college level education for twisting and entertaining and decor, we're building out the decor, but you also get some really good business courses and webinars. A lot of it is free, some of it does cost money, and you get a ton of marketing resources, including now these new overlays. There's a lot of clip art out there also for resources. So if you want to join, balloonartistcollege.com/Rachel, Rachel, and you'll get some bonuses from me also, including 2 half-hour one-on-one sessions with me. We can talk about pricing, we can talk about clip art, we can talk about marketing, you know, whatever you want, whatever you need to grow your business. So I'm looking forward to publishing some more of these tutorials as he comes up with some more overlays. Thanks for watching.